I've promised you that I was going to provide you with any news, any changes that has been made by the current government. If you're aware that the Labour Party is now in power, our new Prime Minister is Keir Starmer, and there has been some policies that have been put in place by the previous government, which is the Conservative Party. But right now, the Labour Party are going through the policies that they put in their manifesto. They're putting in policies that they have planned, as well as analyzing the existing policies that running right now. So this news is all about what the Labour Party has done of recent. You want to find out what it's all about, because it's about family visa. If you want to find out what it's all about, please watch this video to the end. Hello everybody, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition abroad to be as smooth as possible. I share information about settling, working or studying in the UK, US, Canada. If you're interested in any of these countries, please subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that each time I drop a new video, you know it's time to watch Cynthia Academy. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your love and support. And without wasting time, let's get into this video. You're aware that there has been a lot of policies changed this year, especially started since last year. Now, the Conservative Party under Rishi Sunak changed so many things, from students not being allowed to bring their dependents into the UK. That's, I'm talking about master's students, and also the fact that they increased the minimum salary threshold for skilled worker visa to 38,700. In the same light, when they announced some of their 5-point agenda of what they intend to do, they also increased the minimum salary for family visa. Now, if you're wondering what a family visa is a visa that is issued to someone who is married to a British citizen or someone that has indefinite leave to remain. Now, some people confuse it with the dependent visa because they feel that it's the same, but it's not always the same, to be sincere. There are two different things. If you're on a family visa and you want to know the step-by-step process on how you can apply for a family visa, I'll just put the link here. I shared my family visa application process from beginning to the end, and has been helping a lot of people. But that's not what it's all about. Now, this particular visa, the minimum income that you needed was 18,600. However, the Conservative Party increased it from 18,600 to £29,000. Now, they planned on increasing it further to 34,500 and finally to 38,700. Now, if you know how UK is, you know that not everybody can afford £29,000 as a salary, because when you get married to somebody who is maybe a foreigner and you are to bring the person in, or you have kids outside and you want to bring them in, they expect your income. That's the income will be the person that is applying for them. So let me just put it this way. So if a man wants to bring his wife, falls in love and wants to bring his wife into the UK to stay with him, it's going to be only his income. Now, if you check very well, you know that not many people have the income of £29,000. Initially, the government announced they wanted to increase it in one step to 38,700, but along the way, like I said, there was a lot of protests in the media and everything, and that led them to increase it in 3 stages. Now, they wanted the first step to be 29,000, which is the stage we are in right now, and the next one will be 34,500, and finally, in sometime in 2025, it's going to be 38,700. But right now, what has been captured is that the Home Secretary pauses family visa salary hike to 38,700 until review is complete. Now, you know our new Home Secretary is Yvette Cooper, and since she's been the Home Secretary, she has been making some changes to the policies that the previous government had already announced, and some of them she has accepted it, though she hasn't said anything, because before they came into power, they said that they're going to accept, or they're not going to tamper with some of the policies that they have made previously by the previous government. And they also said that immigration is quite high. But I'm so happy that they have put a pause to it. Imagine expecting someone to earn 29,000 before they bring their spouse. It's just like saying love is expensive. You guys should. Like, oh yeah, love is very expensive. If you can't afford it, don't, marry somebody that is a foreigner. Just stay on your own. It's just difficult. Now, if you read this particular article, Yvette Cooper confirmed there'll be no further changes to the current 29,000 a year wage threshold Britons need to bring a family member from abroad until a review of the family visa policy has been completed. So guys, it's not like that she's putting a pause to it indefinitely. He's saying that there has to be a review. If you read further, it says that the Standard reported earlier this year that the Labour plan to ask the Migration Advisory Committee, it's MAC, to investigate the impact of preventing workers from bringing dependents to the UK and increasing salary threshold. Remember that there are labour shortages in some particular sectors in the UK, and if you stop dependents from coming, it means you are also limiting labor, because most dependents, if not all, work. Now, if you are wondering about family visa is also a 5-year route to settlement, and it involves applying for the first 2.5 years. After that, you apply for another 2.5 years. But when you have completed your 5 years, you can now apply for indefinite leave to remain. And once you get it, you don't need to wait 1 year before you apply for British citizenship. So that's the route to settlement. So with this particular one now, we know that this rule is going to affect so many people, and we are going to be waiting for MAC. Once they review that report, they will now decide whether they want to go ahead to increase it to 34,500 or to, stay at 29,000, which is quite fair enough. Now, when it comes to 29,000, that's minimum salary threshold before you can apply for family visa, we know there are a group of people that this will affect. Fresh graduates, new entrants into the labor market. It means that a new entrant cannot just marry anybody, or a pensioner cannot just marry anybody. So you know that many new entrants, when they go into the labor market, most of them don't end up to 29,000. It takes a while before you build in your career and you receive salary increments, and this is limiting. It means that falling in love is very expensive, like I said earlier. Now, there's another report that says families have a right to be together, says mom, in limbo after visa salary hike was paused. Now, it talks about an Italian mom, a mom of 3, who wants to come and stay with her husband and children, but cannot afford it. She's a part-time English teacher. Now, it says that she is struggling and she feels that families should have the right to stay together. And also, it says that Mrs. Douglas previously warned that increasing the minimum salary requirement meant the right to fall in love with a foreigner is something that only rich people can have. I told you, this sounds like, okay, if you're rich, then you go ahead. But if you're not, sorry, nothing for you. So it's really, really a tough situation that it has put for many families. Asked if she felt the same way after Labour announced it was reviewing the changes to family visas, the mother said it still feels that way because there are still plenty of people who earn less than that. There are pensioners who meet someone later in life and their income does not reach that. If you include such a law like this, it's going to affect a lot of people. There are just a lot of people that are going to be affected because not many people can afford £29,000 as their annual income. So I just felt it's very important I share this news with you. If you are affected by this news, maybe you are under the family visa and you want like a step-by-step process of applying for it, or perhaps what are the challenges I experienced when I was applying for mine, or maybe you want to know the list of documents you need to prepare, because when you want to apply for family visa, it's not like your skilled worker visa, it's not like other types of visa. You have to plan way ahead. You are saving money for so many things, the visa, IHS fees. You need to gather enough evidence. In fact, in my own time, I had to prepare like 12 months pay slip. I'm telling you the truth. So sometimes it might be a struggle if you are married to somebody that works in numerous jobs, like, and that's working for agencies. You need to gather your evidence early. And if you want to use cash, that cash should be evident in your account for 6 months. It's not like the skilled worker visa that is just 28 days. If you're going to use cash, and it's not just the exact amount of cash that is remaining, that perhaps maybe if you're earning 25,000 and you want to use 4,000 to supplement as cash, it doesn't mean that, okay, 4,000 will be in your account. So you need to know how to do the calculation and how to plan way ahead of time. But at the time when I was doing this, remember, it was 18,600, but right now it is 29,000 pounds. So you have to prepare yourself properly ahead and do your calculation. I'm going to put a list of videos that will actually help you. I hope you've benefited a lot from this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.